How did I get in this crazy sport of Ironmans? Honestly, I don't know. I started off doing the New York City Half Marathon in March of 2019. Later in the year, I was looking at events online and stumbled across the Ironman distance and figured I don't even know what a sprint or an Olympic is, so I'll just go right to the half distance. Thankfully, I didn't do the full. I trained for a few months, just followed the program from a local guy at my gym, and said, I can bike. I do this in Colorado all the time. I'm a fast runner and I'll get by with the swim. I got to the race and got my ass handed to me. It was really humbling and I had an amazing experience. Boy, was it hard. I finished just under 6 hours at 5 hours and 57 minutes. For me, I was super pleased to cross the finish line.
Go, Josh!
Young lady there, Jillian Chansey. Good job. Jill Ham is finishing, a first-timer from Franklin, Michigan.
Race number 2, Michigan 70.3 in Frankfurt. Being as that I'm a Michigan guy, I figured I'd do a local race. And for this one, I figured out how to train a little harder and smarter, putting less stress on my body, but still getting extremely good training in all 3 distances. Came to the race with no coach, but felt like I was prepared to do significantly better than I did at Indian Wells. It was a much easier course. That being said, it was still tough. I got to the start line. Swim was great. Bike, I did extremely well. Had a massive PR, averaging 21 miles an hour, or just over. Got to the run and started cramping profusely. My hamstrings, my quads, every time I ran more than a half mile, I couldn't even make it to the aid station without having to walk. So I was on and off walking the entire rest of the race. I was taking pretzels, Coke, salt, everything I could to get down my system to stop it. And it resulted me in running, for me, a super long half marathon and putting my time at 5 hours and 33 minutes. Now I did better than I did at Indian Wells, but I still struggled to get to the finish line. Still happy that I made it there all in one piece.
All right, go, Joshy!
At the end of 2021, I was getting prepared for my 2022 season, which came to a fall quickly when I had a torn meniscus and had to have knee surgery and was out for 5 months. In 2022, I did no Ironman racing. I did 1 half marathon in Malibu, California, just to have some fun and prepare for the 2023 season. 2023 was the mission of sub 5 hours. I'm finally taking the sport seriously. I hired a coach. I was using Training Peaks, and the goal was to get my time under 5 hours in the 4-hour mark. Race number 3, Chattanooga 70.3. Had a solid swim downriver, had an amazing bike, and got to the run, boom. Cramping quads, hamstrings on the first mile, took salt. I didn't take it in time, my nutrition was not good enough, and I still ran a 1:45 or something like that, half. Got to the finish line, 5:11, so I improved from 5:33 to 5:11. I was thrilled, but at the same time was upset I did not hit my goals. Race number 4, Steelhead, Michigan. Crazy choppy waters, super humid and hot on the bike and run. And what do you know, less than 2 miles into the run, cramping hamstrings as soon as I hit the first uphill, and my quads. It was a nightmare. I was so frustrated because I thought I was really prepared. I thought I did my nutrition extremely well. I got to the finish line, 5 hours and 18 minutes. Somehow I got a roll down and qualified for the 70.3 World Championships in Lahti, Finland. And I took my slot and was preparing to go travel to Europe and race.
Go, Josh!
Joshua, we're going to be in Franklin in September. We'll see you.
Race number 5, 2023, 70.3 Worlds in Lahti, Finland. Didn't think I would be doing a third race this year, but here I was in Finland with my girlfriend Bridget, who was an amazing travel buddy, partner, cheerleader. Was prepared as prepared as I could for this race. Wasn't feeling too hot a few days after I got to Finland, and I don't know if I was just like super anxious and nervous for the race, especially because I was racing against people that were significantly better than me and the best in the world in my age group. I did the race. I was super nauseous the entire race. I felt terrible. The swim was not good. I thought I was gonna pass out when I got out of the water. The bike was pouring rain the entire ride, which made it miserable for someone who's not feeling well. And the run, I was super nauseous, but somehow ran a 1:39 half marathon. Got to the finish. I wanted nothing more to just get my bags and get out. I later found out that I had COVID, which makes a ton of sense on why I didn't feel well. Finishing time, 5 hours, 19 minutes.
And Zachary.
Yeah, Josh! Woo!
I thought after Finland I was done racing for the year, especially in Ironmans, until my good buddy Todd decided he wanted to enter the triathlon world. He found Haines, Florida, 70.3, and decided this would be the perfect race. And so I decided to join him, and so we could do it together. Along with my other friend Josh, who joined us, the three of us went out to Florida to race. He did an unreal job on his first race. Josh did fantastic with the PR. I was as strong as I could ever have been, had a good swim. I had an amazing bike, averaging like 22.4 miles an hour. I just cracked 2 hours and 30 minutes with a 2:29 and had a decent run. Thought I cracked the 5 hour mark, just came shy through with a 5 hours and 5 minutes. I missed my goal yet again by 5 minutes. I thought I had it. I thought I was clear coming to the finish line. And once again, I did not meet my goal. The journey continues.
Come on, Josh!
Go, buddy!
Woo!
2023 season was officially over. I didn't hit my goal. 2024, this was my year. I told my coach, no matter what we do, we have to do everything in our power to train at the most elite level we possibly can, train smart, train intelligent, and hit this goal of sub 5 hours. So that's what we did. No matter where I was, if I was at home, if I was traveling, if I was at weddings, bachelor parties, I made everything a top priority to get my training done, to do a good job, so that when I get to race day, I was able to perform. Race number 7, Muncie 70.3. I knew it was gonna be hot. I knew it was gonna be humid. The water was 81 degrees. It was a non-wetsuit swim. For me as a not such a great swimmer, this is difficult to swim in just a swim skin. I did it. I came out in 36 minutes, was super happy with my performance. I jumped on the bike. I knew my bike was strong. I hammered a 2 hours and 22 minute bike, so 7-minute increase. I was extremely happy with that. Came onto the run and I was like, I got this. We're not letting myself cramp. I'm trained, I'm ready to go. I got 1.8 miles in, out of nowhere, a hamstring cramp came in my back. I stopped for a second in my back leg. I stopped for a second. A young lady was nice enough to give me a salt pill. I started back up after about 30 seconds. I got into a little rhythm without running too hard. I knew it was gonna be hot and humid. I had to stop at all aid stations in order to make sure that my body was properly cooled off from the heat, because it was about 90 degrees on the run and like 80% humidity. Pushed my way through the half marathon. I ended up running a 1:41, which was not my goal, but I got to the finish line and we did it. 4 hours, 48 minutes. We beat the goal by 12 minutes. Super happy. You're never gonna have the perfect day, but I had an awesome day. I was super proud of the way I raced. And now we're taking this sport seriously and really seeing how much we can chip away at these times.
Everyone's a winner today here in Muncie. This is Joshua. KTR. shot.
Go,
team.
Keith High.
Birmingham